Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm Garth Allen. This is Racing News Now, and we're joined today by owner of Bill McAnally Racing, Bill McAnally, to talk about the BMR Drivers Academy that was just announced for the 2021 season. Bill, how are you doing today?
Doing real good. Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So, when this was first announced, when I first saw the title of the press release before I'd actually read it, I kind of assumed this was going to be something more, maybe a few day thing over the off season to kind of influence your 2021 driver lineup. But that's not the case for this Drivers Academy at all. This is a full season of races across the 2021 calendar year. Tell us the details on this.
Well, it's a jam-packed season. It's 40 green flags they'll take. So, typical schedule, they could be getting two full season in one. So it's a lot of racing and just working with some of the younger drivers, even older drivers that love racing. Some of the gaps we have in our schedule going 2 and 3 weeks, traveling all over the country to make these races. It just gets so expensive to train people and for them to come out and race that we built this academy. It's in a 7-hour radius around our race shop. So we get American Speedway, Kern County, Irwindale, Sonoma, and Thunder Hill, some good tracks, getting them some road course experience and fundamentals, and then a lot of circle track racing. So it's a good program. It's in ARCA cars. So what they're learning, the tuning that they're learning and the experience they're getting is that exactly of which they'll be able to apply when they move up the ladder to full-time ARCA or trucks, because the components are exactly the same on Camping World trucks. So it's a great experience. What they're learning will help carry them forward. And we're going to have a simple points program. And throughout the season, there'll be opportunity to earn races if you're leading the points, to earn a ARCA championship points race, or even at the end, if you've won a race, we're going to do a drawing, and there'll be a Camping World truck race at Phoenix in one of our MHR trucks.
And how many opportunities are there going to be for those drivers to make ARCA starts?
There's going to be three, and during the point season, at race number 14, 24, and 30, whoever's leading the points will get that opportunity. And just working with drivers in the past, we've been able to work on little things like if there's one car that's dominant. I've had parents, how do I get my son in your Napa car? Because it's the A car, right?
Right.
Well, we work real hard to keep everything equal. And I mean, Chris Eggleston proved that when he was in our 99, and he was quite dominant. And Jesse Love did a great job in our 19 this year, showing that other cars can win championships. But if a car wins 6 races, if any competitor does, his car will come up for exchange. So for a small fee, if you don't like the car that you drew and that you're in, and you think somebody has an advantage, you can actually exchange cars.
Okay. So yeah, that'll make it great for kind of leveling the playing field there, making sure that nobody maybe has a little bit of an advantage, even though you said everything is on a level playing field. Nobody can say, well, this guy had more of an advantage than this guy did.
We're working real hard. Our engines are being built at one place. They're the Yates engine that's ran in the ARCA series, the modified series, the Canadian Tire series, and they're identical as you can make them. And then our gears and transmissions are built by G-Force. They're making them all with the same springs, the same bearings, the same light and gear and housing. Everybody's going to have the same transmission and rear gear, shocks identical. The springs will be identical. And then when the driver leaves here, with what he's learning, he'll be able to change springs or the sway bar or drop the track bar or do different things to the car, and it'll stay that way as long as we're going to the same track. If we go to a different track, when we go to the road course, everything will be identical when we leave here, but the drivers will have the opportunity to make their cars better to get an edge.
Okay. So let's go back to you mentioned a raffle for the truck ride at the season finale at Phoenix. How do they get put into that raffle?
Well, it's not a raffle. First of all, it's a drawing.
Okay.
Raffle you buy a ticket for. You're
Okay.
going to earn this, and if you win a race, so say you win 6 races, you're in the academy, you will get 6 entries into that truck drawing. If I won 1 race, I would get 1 entry. So the more you win, the more opportunity you're going to have. But anybody that wins is going to have the opportunity. The ARCA races that we're giving away throughout the season, that's the points leader. You need to be leading the points to get those, and those are awarded to you. But the opportunity for the truck race, anybody that wins, it's a full-time academy participant, has the opportunity to earn that truck ride.
Okay. So one thing that this kind of reminded me of as I learned more about it was kind of the Jack Roush Gong Show back in the day. I'm going to date myself here. That was back when I was probably middle school, early high school years. So how much, and there's been other driver development programs like this in the past, how much influence did you take from those past programs to put into this one, and how does the academy differ from those past programs?
Yeah, like you mentioned the Jack Roush Gong Show back, Greg Biffle and some of the drivers that were found in that program. It's way different than that because they would show up and just go to a couple tracks. It was a 1 or 2 day deal, and they would work with the driver, see how the driver could communicate. And these were champions at the touring level. I mean, Greg was out here winning the tour championship and a very established, knowledgeable, experienced driver. This, we're going to have mentors, crew chiefs, spotters to work with the drivers and help them. And we've got some drivers that have shown interest in this academy that don't need that type of help. So it's the help's there if you're wanting it to develop and carry on. But if you're an older gentleman driver and you're coming out to have fun and you don't necessarily need somebody telling you that your line's off or paint the left front, if you don't need it, we're not gonna embarrass you and definitely have somebody telling you what to do if you know how to do it.
Right. So how much do you foresee this academy influencing your 2022 driver lineup?
This year we're going to run 2 full cars in the ARCA and run for the championship. A driver could wind up. We've carried a lot of drivers over. Jesse Love drove for me last year. We're in the middle of putting a deal together for Jesse Love for next year. We've had drivers come back. Todd Gilliland won 2 championships for us back to back. Derek Kraus was with us for 3 years. So there's always opportunity for that. There's opportunity for our truck to help the drivers take that. So they're going to have to arm wrestle Derek for that truck ride, though. I don't think he wants to give it up. But there's always opportunity. And we want to help drivers that want to move forward and move up the ladder. We want to help them. That's the reason for the ARCA races or the truck races, so they can see it, be part of it, showcase their talents, and hopefully that opportunity works. We hope to work with Venturini. I've talked to David Gilliland and Billy Venturini about working with them to help move drivers up and have drivers for them in the future too. So I think it's a great opportunity.
Definitely. So I guess to end off here while we're on the topic of driver lineups, how soon do you think we'll hear your 2021 driver lineup?
We're working on it. I'll tell you this, COVID's got everything backed up. And if you could answer me one question, it'd help me get the deals closed. Are we going to have fans in the grandstands? That's what every sponsor says that I talk to. And unfortunately, I can't answer that.
Right.
And a lot of them were great to us this year. Amazing partners, Napa, Toyota, Ineos, Napa Power Premium Plus, and they stuck with us. And it was great to deliver, to bring home a championship, to have Derek finish 11th. But now that they've been through that and weren't able to use the activation, because that's what we've always built our program around and we're very proud of, is the activation we build at the races so our partners can bring their customers and employees and future customers to the races. It's something that they earn. And when you don't have that piece of it, it's really hard to do for us.
Definitely. Well, I think that's all I got for you today. So, Bill, thanks for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Congratulations on getting all of this put together, and hopefully we see a lot of success out of this program in 2021 and beyond.
I appreciate it. Any details anybody wants to know about it, if they go to BMR Drivers Academy.com, all the information's there that you would need, and you can get a hold of us through that.